Ruben Amorim has verbally agreed to become manager of Manchester United, replacing Eric Ten Hag, according to credible reports coming through from Portugal. Welcome to the United Road Sport. There is no time to waste, as Ineos, just the same day after sacking Eric Ten Hag, it is coming out, moving very fast. News, good news, they say, does not move as fast as bad news. Trust you me, this one might be a record probably broken in terms of how fast everything is unfolding. So the latest that is coming through, and this has been it was first broken by David Ornstein. He has come out to say that Manchester United are working on a deal to appoint Ruben Amorim as the head coach. United are ready to pay his 10 million euro release clause, and they are in talks with Sporting Lisbon, that is the team he's finally managing, to finalize. The 39-year-old Portuguese is open to accepting a move. Now, the update that we have is that he has already verbally accepted to take over the job from Eric Ten Hag. Remember, in recent days, Ineos have been in talks with several people, including Javi. They before, of course, were linked to have spoken to Gareth Southgate, Zinedine Zidane, and the likes. But it seems it is the young Ruben Amorim who has said, "I'm stepping up to the challenge of managing the biggest football club in the world and taking over this hot seat that has seen Eric Ten Hag age." Like, I mean, I don't know what I can compare him to. The man has grown so old in just 2.5 years as boss at Manchester United. So Ruben Amorim seems to be the chosen one, I should say. He played football before, if I can tell you a little about him. He played football before, and of course, played mostly as a midfielder, but also he could also be played as a right back or winger. He's one of those managers, those upcoming managers who have proved to be a bit different in terms of how he approaches the game. He has excited several people during his times as manager of teams like Braga and Obraja, that is the right pronunciation, and Sporting Lisbon, which he has been managing since 2020. Clearly, he's seen as one of those managers who has a beautiful different style of football, an exciting style of football. If you can describe his style, he's an expansive style type of manager who loves an exciting game with possession, dominate possession, wants his team to dominate possession, but in a very fast, exciting way. I think I would sort of liken Ruben Amorim a little bit, and not exactly, guys, a little bit to what we see Arne Slot do with Liverpool in terms of his coaching style. So that's a bit like him and his philosophy. He's certainly the kind of manager who you believe Ineos would feel, you know, can fit into them. The good thing he has got about him, the biggest thing, the biggest strength he's got about him, people who know him, who have worked with him, credit him for his communication skills and also his flexibility. Now, that's a weakness that Eric Ten Hag. Communication skills, a big weakness Eric Ten Hag had in terms of how he communicated to the media, in terms of how he communicated with his players. Some of the players were not okay without Eric Ten Hag handled them. Sancho will tell you that. But also, his tactical knowledge, certainly, and tactics are not really a big issue. I mean, obviously, because tactics can be improved. But the other thing he has got about him is his flexibility. According to those who have worked with Ruben Amorim, he's a flexible manager who is open to adjusting things. If one trick is not working, don't be a one-trick pony stuck to your guns. Invoke a new system, something new that could work for the team. Eric Ten Hag was probably quite guilty several times for being a little bit too rigid. I think we've always said that. And he's a smart guy, always refrains himself from talking about, from talking about referees when it comes to after games and bad decisions. He's that kind of manager. And you see, that's the kind of manager you want at Manchester United, who is not going to really look at referees as the excuse for losing games, but he will certainly focus on his team and be honest about it. Now, this is the guy who is said to strike a conciliatory demeanor. He exudes a positive outlook. He's a bit laid back in personality, but what a gem, likable character, and certainly he's one people think will fit in at Manchester United, and Ineos too feel the same. Now, Fabrizio Romano too has come out to confirm this same news, of course, that I've just given you. This is the latest. I know so many of you don't believe a football story unless it has been broken by Fabrizio. Now, here's the latest. Manchester United have approached Sporting for Ruben Amorim as the favorite candidate to replace Eric Ten Hag. Talks ongoing as the Athletic reports. Now, this is Fabrizio Romano just coming up out just 1 minute ago to of course confirm the same contract terms have also been discussed with Ruben Amorim camp in recent hours, according to the latest. Of course, this is an update. It's a breaking one. Of course, on the same day where the big shocker came out about the sacking of Eric Ten Hag, one that so many will feel happy about. Well, we're moving on already. Ineos don't want Man United supporters to be mourning the departure of a guy who has piled a lot of misery to many of them. So already they are fixing things and moving so fast to get Ruben Amorim out of the job he has been at for the past 4 years. Beautiful stuff. Drop down a comment and let me know whether you think Amorim is the right manager to come in and take over from Eric Ten Hag. And what do you think he's going to bring to the table? Of course, he primarily plays a formation that I love. I love managers who have the confidence to play to play back three. It shows they are creative managers. He primarily played a 3-4-3 formation in his initial years at Sporting Lisbon. He used to play a back three. Now that shows you that he's this kind of manager who loves expansive football, like I said, who loves exciting football, because you don't play a back three if you don't love attacking, exciting football with wing backs and the like. So this is the manager that they feel has got the flexibility, the knots to fit into the players we have, because Ineos have spent a lot of money to sign the players that Eric Ten Hag has had at his disposal, and they certainly feel they should be getting the right manager to come out there and of course get the best out of them. So that's the latest update, fam, that I wanted to give you on the manager situation at Manchester United. So the man who we might be seeing very soon as unveiled as Man United manager is Ruben Amorim, and the cost of Ruben Amorim will be 10 million euros. That's the compensation that Ineos will have to pay to Sporting Lisbon. Give me your 2 cents about it. Do you feel he's the right man? Are you happy? Do you like the fire and hire rather policy that we are beginning to move on with Ineos? Do you trust the direction we are taking? Give me your 2 cents about it, because trust you me, Gary Southgate is not is no more. Is no more. People are still hoping that Ineos would go back to Gary Southgate so that they get enough reason to attack them. But listen, save your attacks. Ineos has gone for the Portuguese man, who, by the way, recently I remember uh, the captain Bruno Fernandes waxing lyrical about Ruben Amorim. Listen, this is the guy who will make Man United players enjoy football again. Let's wait and see what will happen. That's the latest that has come through. My name is Webb. Like, share, and subscribe. We are still following life after Eric Ten Hag, Man United style. Subscribe and let me catch you later, fam.